1019 RXP, anything. I'm Rich Russo. Roy Loney and the Long Shots. Nobody does it. Roy Loney's birthday is coming up on Wednesday. Originally part of the Flaming Groovies, and we have Jim we have all the Smithereens here, except for the Thriller. The Thriller's not here. We have three of the three original Smithereens. How's that? We have them up here, and Jim owned this fantastic record store in New Brunswick called Flaming Groovies. My dad used to take me there like every Saturday. My father and I, from when I was like 6 years old till I was like probably till I started driving, we would go to record stores every Saturday in various towns. And New Brunswick was one of the towns that had, at that point, there was like 5 or 6 record stores. We'd park, we'd go to Cheap Thrills, we'd go to yours, we'd go to that guy in the diner. That on French Street, right?
Right.
So tell me about the record store. And are you shocked now that in a college town that there's no record stores anymore?
It's unbelievable. Man, but actually Dennis was partners with me at that time in the record store. We'd opened it together, and he came up with the name Flamin' Groovies.
From the band?
Yeah.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
We were going to call it Floyd's Barbershop, too.
That's what I wanted to call it.
But we figured
that would have been great.
If those unhip people may not get the idea that to come in and buy records if we called it Floyd's Barbershop.
No, I think it would have caught on, but,
You would have had to sell that shirt. There used to be a shirt in the back of Rolling Stone that was a pink T-shirt and then a picture of Floyd the Barber. And
is that right?
And it was Pink Floyd. That was
we used to make a Floyd.
That's a fine shirt.
But anyway, I went to see the Flaming Groovies at the Bottom Line, I think in '82 or something, and I asked Cyril Jordan if it was. I said, my record store is called Flaming Groovies. Is that cool? And he goes, yeah.
He was honored, actually.
Yeah.
Well, then you switched the name to Captain Video.
Well, what happened was in '83 I bought my first video player, and I went to rent a movie, and it cost $100 to rent, join a club, and I'm like, wait a minute, I already have a store. Why don't I put videos in my record store?
It's a great idea.
Yeah, so then I had to change it to Captain Video because videos were, definitely where my bread and butter was at that time. The records, I was competing with those other stores. It wasn't that easy.
Now, are you surprised that, 25, 30 years later, that there has to be a record store day to remind people to go buy music at stores? Does that blow your mind?
Yeah.
Well, my daughter is 17. My daughter's 17 now, and she came out to visit for Christmas. And she said, Dad, can I look through your albums? And I knew I was in trouble, Dennis, She went up in the attic. She picked out, like, my 100 best, most prime, rare albums, right? And she goes, can you get me a turntable, a record player? And so she said all the kids at boarding school listen to records. They really dig looking at that record spin around. They're getting everything that we got when we were kids, 45s records. So I figured, you know what? It's like let her have it and let her enjoy this stuff. And it turns out her favorite band is The Band with Robbie Robertson.
Is that right?
Absolutely.
You know what else is interesting? It's true that younger people are getting into vinyl, but there's also a cassette resurgence.
Yes.
Have you heard about this?
Yes. I've had people submit. I made a joke once about, because we get and when you're the guy who can play whatever you want, you get, and then every band that sends me CDs and stuff, and I made a joke, and you could either submit by cassette, and somebody sent a cassette, and we just said we're playing it. I mean, it didn't matter what it was. Somebody wants to go through trouble making a cassette, we'll play it.
You know our new album that we have it came out last week. It's called Smithereens 2011. Do you know about the record?
No, I thought you guys were just coming up here you're doing like a nostalgia tour. You're really doing like you have a new record out?
Whatever might have passed for.
We played we played What Went Wrong last week. We're behind it. We love the record.
Well, I thought maybe you'd play one of the tracks and we could comment on it tonight and take.
Like a Beavis and Butthead thing. Why it's playing?
No, we could tell you how
we could do that. We have the CD.
But while we're on the subject of cassettes, virtually every demo that was done for this album was done on cassette.
Really?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's right. We went to our old haunt, to Casa rehearsal studio in Avenue B downtown,
right next to Manitoba's.
Yeah,
it's a great bar.
And that's where we did
Handsome Dick.
That's where we did the demos for the Green Thoughts. It's been there that long.
Yeah.
The same people still running it. So
same drum kit, same amp, same heads on the drums as 25.
I think so.
And you brought Don Dixon back to do it.
Yes,
that's right. Yeah,
but
we should play Praying Mantis, right? That was his big hit, right? Don Dixon had a kind of a hit, right?
Yeah. Some of the girls like to dance, or what was it called?
The title was too long.
His titles are.
He did the first two, right? He did the first two. He didn't do the third one. He didn't do 11. He didn't do 11.
He did the first two.
Stasium did 11,
and
right?
The fifth one.
And he did the Date with the Smithereens.
Yes, he
right.
did.
So I know my Smithereens.
And I did a solo album with him called Songs and Sounds, which was done at Reflection, nice studio in North Carolina.